Welcome to Discover East County, where we walk the path of hardworking folks who share the stories of their lives and businesses. I'm your host, Valley, and today I want to introduce you to Daniel Gibbs. He's the owner of Gibbs Electric Company. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so I want to just dive right in, get to know you a little bit, kind of what you do. Obviously, you're an electrical company. Tell us a little bit about like your beginning of your business, how you got started, what brought you to this industry.
So I had humble beginnings. Grew up in East County, kind of rough. I always knew I was going to be a business owner, but didn't think it was going to be electrical. I had this vision when I was younger that I was going to own a sports bar or something like that, or a restaurant, because my grandpa owned one up in Sacramento, and I loved going up there and working for him and seeing how much everybody admired him. So I wanted the same thing, and I had no idea that it was ever going to be construction because I didn't have any obviously background as a kid, but went through some stuff, ended up landing a job as an electrician or a apprentice or shop boy, if you will, and got a knack for it. Started learning how to do stuff and started doing side jobs and just hustling my butt off because certain circumstances in life kind of forced me to. And I just made up my mind one day that I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna own my own business, and I'm gonna kill it, and I'm going to show other people that it's possible.
How scary is it to go from like having a wage and working for somebody else, getting a reliable paycheck every month, to having a startup business, and to this day you're really successful? So, I mean, it was a quick turnaround. Did you have it all like thought out and planned out? Did you just take a lot of like wisdom from people you met? Like, what got you to where your success is at today?
I had less than $1,000 in my bank account when I left the company I was at before I started my company. So I really swung for the fences. I bought a plumber's van that was like just completely thrashed. It had nasty stickers all over it. Me and one of my boys, we sanded it down at his house and painted it and got it wrapped, and I didn't have a plan. I had a vision, but I didn't have a plan. I just went for it and just buckled down and did everything that I had to do. Worked hard and late and just every emotion you can think of, just dealing with it and going for it.
I think that is kind of the story of East County, where a lot of people didn't grow up with money or have a silver platter where a business got handed to them. They worked and grew their businesses from the bottom up. And so that kind of sounds like what you've been doing. And you're no stranger, and East County people in general are no stranger to hard work. What type of clientele is it that you service now? Do you do like residential, commercial?
So we do our bread and butter, I would say, would be residential, right? We do custom homes and a lot of multi-units. That was been one of our biggest things that we've accomplished, was doing like really big multi-units, like apartment complex style, like 3-story downstairs parking garage type stuff that I never even did when I was working at the company like that before. Like we took on a big job in Point Loma, right off of Rosecrans. That was probably the biggest job site I'd have ever been on as an electrician, and my guys had never done anything like that, and we just killed it. And it was cool. It was like such a confidence booster because none of us had that experience. Like I've worked at other companies and been, on big TIs and big custom homes and stuff like that, but when you're doing that, you're not managing it, you're just working on it.
Congratulations on that. That's pretty cool.
It was huge.
Now, one of the things I like to talk about on this show too is not just the business side of the person behind the business, but who they are outside of work, because I think that who you are outside of work and inside of work all kind of blend together. So I know that you have a big family, you have a bunch of kids.
Oh yeah.
You have 6, right? So how do you manage it all?
That's a funny question. My wife manages us.
Yeah, it's like a partnership.
It's crazy. Like we're a team, right? So without that, and especially without God, I'm nothing. It's a team. They all deal with me. Even in my company, like I don't really like to talk about myself because I feel selfish in doing so, because without everybody in my corner, I'm nothing, especially without God. So it's a whole lot of prayer, a whole lot of hard work, and relying and depending on everybody to kind of do their part.
Yeah. And then one last question in closing is, where do you see yourself moving into the next year? We're kind of at the end of this year. Where do you see your business taking you and your family in 2025?
Well, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Right? I have the vision of doing bigger and bigger and bigger projects, growing our systems, like mastering them, just becoming a well-oiled machine so that we can be a team that may be small but extremely powerful and just give our customers the best service that we possibly can. Mm-hmm. You know, I got a good team of guys who are humble, they're hungry, and they're smart, and I think that because we operate like a team, mm-hmm. that we're gonna be a threat to the competition. Right. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, I'm looking forward to your growth too. Maybe we'll have you back next year and see where things are going.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.